mini episode of Monday Night Hoops here in the Northland. Avoiding the snow inside the gym, we start with the state champs from 2 seasons ago, the Cherry Tigers, taking the trip down to visit the Marshall Hilltoppers. And it's the Osama brothers, Noah and Isaiah, still hitting that court together. The Toppers searching for win #1, but it's a very difficult task to stop either of the Osamas. Noah with a corner three to open up the scoring. But Marshall senior Ricardo Marcel doing everything he could tonight to make it a close game. He gets that floater to go to tie it up. But back to Noah Osama. He's 1 against 3, still gets the basket to go, plus the foul for the three-point play the old-fashioned way. But Marcel was everywhere, faking out all the Tigers en route to the rim. Toppers trailed by 3. But when Noah had no room, he found his brother Isaiah cutting right to the basket. He puts Cherry back up by 5. And Isaiah wasn't done with those cut routes right to the paint, collecting a handful of those layups in close in the first half. The Toppers put up a great fight tonight on their home court, but it's the state finalist Tigers who walk away with the 75-57 victory. Then we head across the bridge to Superior for a border battle against the Proctor Rails. Future UMD Bulldog Calvin Anderson gets the party started with that layup in close. The Rails fighting hard in that first half. Senior Nolan Isaacs connects from beyond the arc to cut the lead to 12, but it was all Sparty tonight. Anderson in the corner, and that net barely moves. He's a certified shooter, but the Spartans got a lot of depth scoring tonight as well. Senior Carter St. Germain with nice scoring touch out the rim. The Rails trying to set up some offense now, but the 6'6" senior with the massive block. Anderson's elite on both ends of the floor, even getting the last-second steal and buzzer beater to end the half. Anderson had 25 points at the halftime break as he helped Superior remain undefeated at 5-0. They take down Proctor 89-36.